And we are back.
Oh my god!
I'm filling in for Ashley today. So I'm Kate, if you guys don't know, but I'm here with my roommate Colleen.
Yeah! Oh my god, we get to live together, and now we get to do a radio show. I'm so excited.
I bring you to my home that I live my home away from home.
That's so cute. Aw. Well, I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm glad to, fill in today for Ashley so you can still do your show.
Yay! Otherwise, I'd be doing it alone, and I'd be talking about a very scary topic we're going to be talking about since it's Halloween time and, all those clown activities are happening. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the clowns because that's a big topic.
It really is. It's a knee slapper funny one. Ha ha. No, it's really not. But
I mean, because we talked about this the other night with our roommate Dana about the clowns, and they're scary. I mean, I never liked clowns as a kid. I'm not a big circus person. And she was telling us stories, and it's like 11:30 at night, and then you and I both couldn't go to bed after.
I have a little fort in my room, and I was super duper scared of sleeping because I thought like something was gonna come out and like grab me, and I was gonna be a goner. So I was like not. And last night I was afraid too. I was like I can't do this fort thing now.
Did you sleep with your fort down last night?
I ended up doing that. Yes.
And I think you did.
Yeah.
I was pretty positive you did that. So.
Yeah.
But no, you have all the information on the clowns. So let's get going with the clown stories because it's all over because it's popping up all over on college campuses. I have friends that are at different college campuses. Somebody's like, oh, they're at the University of New Hampshire. Oh, they're at,
Merrimack
Scranton.
College. I remember because like I was applying there, so I remember they had that. But most of them that are going around are hoaxes. It's just people that think it's funny to do, like go out and pretend to be a clown, even though there's serious issues going on. It started in South Carolina just recently, actually, a few months ago and stuff, and it was about how some kids were going and telling their parents that, oh, we just saw a few clowns in the backyard in the woods, and their parents were like, what? Like that shouldn't be happening and stuff. So then investigations followed and stuff, and like there's been several sightings throughout like Alabama. It's down south. It started first, like Alabama, South Carolina, and stuff like that. And then recently there was in a school in I forget which school, but there was a 10th grader that was stabbed because a kid dressed up as a clown and thought, oh, it's okay to stab somebody? No, it's never okay.
Was that in Long Island? I feel like it was in Long Island.
I think so.
Because I saw something on Facebook today. It related to the clown topic, but it was this video from the New York Post about. Did you see this on Facebook?
I don't know.
It was somehow popped up in my feed, and because somebody shared it, it was like all of like these missing people postings all over the tree in Long Island, and this guy is like,
they're all true missing people.
All over the place. There was like this man-made like cage.
Yeah.
And then there was a blanket with like a can opened on it. And
wasn't there a knife there? Oh no, he carries a knife with him.
He carried a knife with him, and it was. I woke up and watched that, because that's something like I wake up and I go through either like my Facebook or my Twitter feed, and I ended up opening up Facebook today, and it was like one of the first things that popped up because so many people had shared it, and it was like, oh, this many of your friends have shared this video, so I watched it. I was like, okay, like that makes me creeped out.
And
for
then
the day.
he heard voices, and he's like, oh shoot, I gotta run.
I gotta get out of here.
He gave it to the local police, and they're investigating and stuff.
But they were women from not just Long Island.
Yeah.
They were like Illinois, South Carolina,
out of state, like
all out of state people.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
It would have been like...
And it was all women, too.
Right? And it was all true. It's like one thing if it's like fake and it's like a hoax and like your friends are like, haha, look at that. Like, we're going to plan out like a scary movie type thing, like in the backyard. But no, actual true postings of missing people. And that's like in your backyard kind of. Like, I know like we're not close to we are close, but like none of us live there or stuff. But like most of our campus, there are a lot of people from Long Island, and
there are I feel like a lot of people on this campus are
like
from the Bronx.
70% are from Long Island. I feel
the Bronx, the Long Island, sometimes Queens.
Yeah, like the
Manhattan,
and stuff.
The 5 boroughs. You tend to get a lot of people from the TriState area, so you get people from Connecticut, New Jersey, New York.
Your out-of-staters are the athletes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or like people like I have a couple people I know are from Colorado. They just like they like the school, so they came from Colorado.
Good for them, yeah.
Right?
But seriously, it's like in your backyard, like that's, and same thing with the clown scenario too.
Because
They're just showing up.
we were talking about this Monday in one of my class, in my broadcasting class, and somebody was like, "Oh, they were at Sacred Heart University." I was like, "That is 5 minutes from my house. 5 minutes." I was like, "That's not okay that there's clowns."
And
running
a
around.
lot of people have a phobia of clowns, and it's just like
I just don't like them. I don't know if I have
You
a
don't-
phobia, but I just don't like them.
you don't know what's underneath the makeup and everything, because like they
Uh-huh.
all have a different emotion. Like they have that creepy like either smile or like frown or something, and it's all like different, and you just never know. It's like 10 pounds of like makeup on, and you don't know like who they are.
They're gross.
You don't know what they're like thinking. Like it's just weird. It's
That's also how I feel about mascots.
true.
You know, the Disney ones don't bother me. But the Bridgeport Bluefish have a mascot named BB. And this thing has scared me since the time I was very
Oh
little.
my god.
Shout out to Camille Barclay for making me stand next to BB and getting a picture. That was the most terrifying moment of my life. That
Oh
and
my
like they had
God.
like some sort of like, I think they had like a circus night or something with a clown that was there. And I like was like shaking because you got BB there, the mascot, and then you have the clowns that were at the stadium. I was like, why do you bring a clown to a stadium with kids who most likely don't like clowns? I mean, that's brilliant marketing.
Well, it depends on the clown too. Like some of them have like creepy like makeup on because of like Halloween and stuff. But then there's those people that are actually making a living and going to parties and stuff.
This one looked like it was actually making a living and was fine. But there's those creepy clowns that walk around like, and it's
I looked up one and it was like
oh please
in Alabama it was Flamo clown but with a K, and it had a Facebook page, and guess what his profile said? It said, "I kill people for a living."
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
That's not okay.
And they found out that it was like a 22-year-old girl in the local area that was just dressing up. I don't know the incidents that happened beforehand.
No.
It was saying something like how she was pregnant and like she was expecting and she wasn't supposed to be, like she was done having kids like a few years ago and stuff, and she recently just got pregnant and stuff, and she was like so happy but like semi-nervous, and I don't know how it related to her being a clown. Like I really don't get the gist of that story. So I was like, I'm really confused as to how you became a weird clown in Alabama.
I don't get that. I mean, but it's also, you have to remember, it is down south.
It is true. But
it is Alabama, to be quite honest. Most of these stories that, tend to come up this way tend to start in South Carolina, Alabama.
Yeah, they're all like outside the front door. They're trying to get kids, like clowns are trying to like give kids candy and stuff and like try to make them like lure them into their vans. It's just so creepy. It's like, obviously like, we know like not to go in with somebody, but like sometimes kids are like, even though it is a clown and you're scared of it, sometimes some of them look good. Like they're not like mean clowns.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes clowns are very nice, but I mean, it is clowns. So it's like, I mean, I feel like they do, like, it is hot. I guess it is October, so.
But this started even before. It was like mid-September.
This was mid-September because I remember I saw something about, clowns.
It's been going since we've been in college, basically, like a few weeks into college.
Yeah.
It's.
But I mean, it is Halloween, so I get why people are dressing up and stuff, and I understand that. It is October. I understand that.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be doing that, and you don't need to be, having somebody die because you think it's okay to dress up as a clown and stab somebody. Yeah, that's just not okay. Nobody needs to die because of your crazy antics. But I mean,
did you read about the one that was like just recently? One of my friends was telling me last night that it just like hit New Rochelle. Like the clown just came to the Mount Vernon clown.
I feel like I heard about that last night, and I feel like I saw that, and I saw that, and I was the only person home in our apartment last night, and I like literally went and locked every single door, and checked every single window, and was like, oh no, not today.
Because our friend, like we were saying, our roommate Dana was explaining some stories, like urban myths and everything. And mind you, we were in bed already. It was 11:30, and she was saying how like this mini dwarf was in a child's bedroom. So the parents went out for a night, and there was a babysitter, and the babysitter put the child down for the night, and she would go downstairs and she'd hear the baby crying. So she'd come back up, nothing was happening. She'd go down and stuff. And then the last time she came up, she saw something like a clown. So then she called the parents, were like, oh, like I think maybe the baby's like scared of this like clown in the room, and the parents are like, we don't have a clown. So the babysitter got the kid and went out and outside and called 911, and like they came and it was like a mini dwarf dressed as a clown. But there's been several different variations because I was looking it up today, and there was just several different variations of it. One was like the parents were out and they told this the girl to be in this one specific room because they don't want her, like, because they were kind of rich, so they didn't want her going around. So like put the kids to bed, and then she was like, there was this mini dwarf again and in the room, and she called the parents or texted them and something like this dwarf is like scaring me, like this clown in your living room is scaring me or something. And they're like, they didn't say that we didn't have a clown. They were just like, get the kids and get out. And the babysitter was like, why? Like, what's wrong? He was just like, the father was like, just get the kids and go next door and call 911 and tell me and call me after. So then they did. And she did that, and they went next door, and she called them, and she's like, what was going on? He was like, we don't have like a clown statue. And it was a mini dwarf that was living within the house for a few weeks. The kids were complaining to the parents that they woke up and there was this clown at the end of their bed, like staring at them, like in their room. And the clown made it because it was such a big house, because they're like rich, so they have like 1,700 different rooms. So the clown made it through like living through that house and eating food because nobody noticed. But it was just like a midget. I don't know the proper terms. I feel like I'm saying something like probably bad, but it was dressed as a clown living in their house.
That's creepy. I mean, there is multiple different versions of those stories, but
it's generally the same thing. Somebody in the room, like not supposed to be there, and dressed as a clown and like about to kill something, or like just trying to live there, I guess. I don't know, but like I would hate to be like waking up and have somebody at the end of my bed.
That would creep me out. I mean, and we were talking about that, of course, at 11:30 at night when we were going to bed. So that I know sent all of you and me both off, because that was creepy.
And then yesterday, I think it was, I was in the closet, and we have no light in our closet except for like what Kate gave us, because there's like the apartment doesn't come with a light in the walk-in closet. You would think it would, but that's besides the point. But I walked in, I was like, oh my god, what if like somebody's in here? Like one time when I walk in, like a scary little clown in my closet. And then I left Dana with that thought while I left, and she was the only one left in the apartment. I was like, so Dana, what if there's somebody in the closet? Like I made it sound like all creepy. She's like, am I gonna walk in there and find somebody? I'm like, no, I'm just saying, like, what if? I mean, that would be a cruel joke, because both of you are scared of clowns, and so am I now.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a cruel joke on all three of us.
Yeah, because like that, like with all the clowns incidents and just you guys being scared of
that's not okay.
And, like, no, I feel like she would have a heart attack and die on me and be like, oh, no thanks. I'm good with that.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Dancing with the Stars, because you and I both watched that the other night.
Yeah!
It's so exciting. I can't wait to talk about that. So when we come back, we will talk about that.